NBC7's Nightly Check-In is sponsored by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating and Air, Flood and Restoration.
We know how.
The fallout after the death of George Floyd. It is sparking protests nationwide. It is being felt across the county and the country. Here in San Diego, there are now renewed calls to end controversial restraint techniques. Thanks for joining us for the Nightly Check-In. I'm Catherine Garcia. Yusuf Miller is with the Racial Justice Coalition's I Can't Breathe campaign. After witnessing the controversial video of George Floyd and an ex-police officer, the organization presented a slideshow involving a young African-American man they say was injured in San Diego when put in a carotid restraint to compare both instances, basically. A woman we heard from today says her nephew was killed when placed in a carotid restraint in Orange County. The coalition is upset that law enforcement, including SDPD, still uses this restraint technique today.
Whether kneeling on a neck, which is unconscionable, or putting them in a carotid restraint, we're saying to ban all of those restraints. They are inhumane, they're improper, and it is used mostly on people of color.
The coalition says since 2017 it has pleaded with San Diego police and city leaders to ban the carotid restraint, which they say turns into a chokehold. We reached out to SDPD. The officer who could comment more fully on the use of carotid restraint was not available today, but a spokesperson did say the carotid restraint and chokehold are two separate techniques. A La Mesa police officer is on administrative leave after video went viral of an arrest that some say was too rough. In the video, an officer is shown confronting an African-American man at a trolley station. The man argues with the officer, saying he was waiting for someone. The officer is seen pushing the man onto a bench. NBC7 has not independently verified the video. We are working to try and find out what happened in the moments before this arrest and what exactly the man was arrested for. We do know city leaders are also investigating. Governor Gavin Newsom said next week he will issue guidelines that could allow more counties to move into phase 3 of reopening.
All of our effort has to be done with local considerations, local construct, localism fundamentally in mind.
Some regions are already into part of this phase, including here, San Diego County. Eventually, all California counties, though, will be cleared to move forward as long as they meet the criteria outlined by the state. Phase 3 allows higher-risk workplaces to reopen with modifications and also travel for things like doctor's visits and shopping, also having a plan in case infections spike. Outdoor dining will soon begin in Little Italy. Plans are in place to shut down parts of India Street to allow for restaurants to take tables out onto the sidewalks. Al fresco dining will start Saturday, June 13th, and if it goes well, the restaurants plan on doing it again in July. They're really hoping the trend catches on.
North Park will do the same, ideally in La Jolla to Pacific Beach, Ocean Beach, where this becomes a model.
Little Italy will be the first district in the county to allow that outdoor dining in a large capacity. Well, we've made it to Friday. How is your weekend weather looking? Dagmar is up after this quick break.
NBC7's Nightly Check-In is sponsored by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating and Air, Flood and Restoration.
Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE. Bill Howe. We know how.
Bill Howe is open to provide customers with repairs and services. We have taken additional measures to keep our customers and technicians safe. We will continue to provide San Diego with trusted, exceptional service.
Because we know how.
Your Saturday is looking like it'll be probably the coolest day of the weekend days. So Saturday cooling off just a touch. It's not that bad along the coastal zones. You'll still be in the upper 60s and the low 70s. Inland valleys, upper 70s, low 80s. Mountains, you're still at around 70, so that's pretty nice. Again, when I say the coolest of the weekend days, doesn't mean it's going to be cold or chilly. Now, you are looking at still around that triple-digit mark in the deserts. However, what you will notice across all 4 forecast zones will be cloud cover. So it won't just be limited to the coast and the inland valleys. We have some higher cloud streaming through as well, and that will end up spreading all the way in through the mountains and the deserts as well. But other than that, a pretty decent day.
The San Diego City Council voted unanimously on selling the Mission Valley Stadium site to San Diego State University for $86.2 million. The agreement calls for the development of a campus which includes new educational facilities, a 450-bed hotel, a city-owned river park, and a multi-use stadium. It's all on 132 acres of land. That planned 35,000 capacity Aztec Stadium would be among the first projects to be built as part of the university's Mission Valley campus. SDSU expects to take ownership ownership of the property in late July. As for San Diego's other premier sports venue, we don't know when baseball will return to Petco Park, but we do know when live events will be held. On Sunday, June 7th, Switchfoot will play a live show at the Lexus lot right across from the stadium. To ensure social distancing, it's going to be a drive-in event. It'll cost $100 per car. All of the proceeds, though, go to Feeding America San Diego. That's not the only event at Petco that weekend. On Friday, June 5th, La Jolla Country Day and Pacific Ridge High School will hold a drive-through graduation ceremony. Francis Parker High School will hold its ceremony there Saturday morning, and later that night there will be a couple of screenings of the movie Anchorman. We'll have more details about the event in the latest episode of the On Friar podcast. That's going to do it for our nightly check-in. We'll have another one on Monday. Until then, have a great weekend.